United Weston FC takes on the Red Devils. And no, not the Manchester United Red Devils, just the Red Devils in the MMSL. Now, we've never played this team before, but they're in the bottom half of the table, so this game could be a tricky one, and we don't want to take them lightly. Now, unfortunately, with this game, there was no game footage and no ground footage of this game, so I can't really give you any highlights, but I'll give you a breakdown of what happened. Now, overall, in this game, it was actually a comfortable contest for United Weston. Just like we've been seeing in the last couple of videos, the chemistry has been building and our offense is clicking. Now, with our 4 goals, it actually was contributed by 4 different individuals on our team. And that was from Colton, Brian, Diego, and Dawson. So overall, we're spreading the wealth and the goals are coming. Now, one really key thing to note here, and it's on a sad note. One of our key defenders, Jacob, ended up tearing his Achilles in this game. It's just heartbreak because you never want to see any of your teammates get injured, and especially with this long-term injury. Jacob, you're a key part of our defense, and you'll always be part of the Weston team. Hope you have a fast recovery. And man, just feel for you, buddy. Now, with that victory, it gives United Weston 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. And that leaves us at the top of the Div 6 table. And MLC is right behind us, so this next game is going to be huge to keep up that momentum. Now, our next game came against a very formidable opponent in Wasp RPC. Now, this team is a mid-table side, and they are known to be a little bit more of a physical side. And what do I mean by this? Is that they're hard on the challenges, and they always will be on you on the ball. So when you receive the ball, you're always going to expect a Wasp player behind you to challenge you for that ball. So here at kickoff, just like I was saying, the game already has a high intensity to it. And anytime that Weston touches the ball, a Wasp player is there to challenge. Sador covering me here in the first half. He looks very comfortable in the net and confident, I must say. With him claiming a ball off a header from our defender, he immediately thinks transition. And he throws the ball to our striker, Brian, who has been one of our standout players this season. Now, Brian takes the ball from the midfield and ends up contesting another Wasp player in the midfield. And he ends up winning the possession of the ball and finds Dawson on the left wing. Now, Dawson ends up taking on the defender and cuts in to take a shot, but it gets deflected and wide. Now, that's one of the things we really got to emphasize here. Constant transitions and winning those battles in the midfield because they generate opportunities. Now, transition and counterattacks are going to be the key role here on who wins this game. And like you see in this clip here, United Weston turns over the ball in the midfield, which gives Wasps the opportunity to go on an odd man rush down the field for a scoring opportunity. Now, luckily, they shoot the ball and our defender blocks it. And it goes right up to the defender at the halfway mark. Now, the defender here ends up trying to chip me from half field. And this one was a little bit hard to track just because of the curl it had on it. But luckily, it ends up going over the crossbar and hitting the top of the netting. But, geez, for someone that's coming into the game a couple minutes here, they're testing me early. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. I don't care what sports you play. If you have a turnover in a key position, it's going to cost you games. Weston has the ball in our own end, and we turn the ball over to the forward. And luckily here, the ball ends up going to the box, and I claim it just in time before the forward gets to the ball. But again, I really want to emphasize this. We're getting careless in our own end, and we really got to stop with these turnovers. Really, 3 minutes later, United Weston gives up a corner. Now, Wasp puts the ball into the box, and United Weston ends up clearing the ball from the box. Now, United Weston has trouble controlling this ball and ends up again turning it over to Wasp RPC. Now, Wasp ends up deciding to then put the ball into the box where it gets to their forward, who then lays it off for their forward, who's wide open. And he ends up placing it low corner. I get a fingertip of it, the slightest of touches, and it goes off the post and in, giving Wasp the 1-0 lead over United Weston FC. And I'm here thinking to myself, I'm 5 minutes into this game, and maybe it's just better to leave Sador in the net because, geez, that's a tough start for myself. Now, there wasn't really any highlights to really mention here for the rest of the first half. Now, we are making good runs up front. We're just not getting that final touch in the final third there. Now, Wasp have a really good goalkeeper who has played Premier in the past, and we really got to make sure that we have good design runs, good design plays to beat this goalie. So at halftime here, United Weston is down 1-0. Now from halftime, the boys are energized and we're going to get this W. And early on the second half here, we're generating opportunities. Now after claiming the ball in the box, I find Brian, our striker, in the opposing end. Ends up playing the ball into the box where Curtis ends up taking on the ball and gets taken out from behind. drawing a penalty. Now, Curtis himself ends up taking the penalty himself. And does he score? No, he doesn't. The goalie makes a fantastic save, keeping the game at 1-0. Truly heartbreaking. Really, really heartbreaking. Now, with this missed opportunity, momentum actually goes for Wasps going forward here. And their best opportunity ended up coming from this free kick just outside the box. Now, they placed the ball into the box, and I didn't get my feet set really here, but I end up transitioning myself, end up to making a fingertip save, but it goes off the bar. And luckily, my defense was there to help cover that rebound. But yeah, I don't really know. We were all energized from second half, and just after that missed penalty, everything's been deflated. Now, Wasps ends up finding themselves with a breakthrough. Now, with them progressing the ball in our own end, the Wasps striker ends up finding himself with the ball at top of the box. Now, I gotta say, he has some really smooth dribbling because he was able to get around a couple of our defenders and put in a low-driven shot, which initially I end up making a leg save here, but their striker, who was in front of me, got the rebound, and they scored, and it is now 2-0. 2-0! Now, with that being said, Weston has an uphill battle here, and can we come back from this? Now, in this next clip, United Weston ends up finding a breakthrough. Controlling the ball in the opposing end, we try playing a cross into the box, but it gets deflected to our winger, Diego, who tries playing the ball into the box. He's not able to do this because that cross gets blocked, and the defender ends up playing the ball back up top of the box, where our defender, Mike, ends up coming in, taking a shot, and now when looking back at this shot seems to have taken a couple deflections, which it then goes in for the game to be 2-1. This game is not over yet, boys. We can still tie this game up. No, we didn't tie this game up. Not much really happened after that, and United West ends up losing this game to Wasps RPC 2-1.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Yeah, not really much else to say. I'm depressed, sad. That was a heartbreaker. But yeah, just watch out for more episodes of United Weston's Road to Glory. Check out the previous episodes if you haven't already seen them. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.